o'clock, 9 o'clock here, where I am, and it is playoff weekend. I wasn't gonna bring that up. I was gonna wait till later. But anyway, yeah, I was sitting here. I told you I've been talking to myself. Don't really. Sometimes I wouldn't. I don't know how I feel about admitting that. But see, you may not believe me, but you understand how true that might be. You know what? So I said, you know what? I'll pick up my cell phone and chit chat. So I started YouTube. I started my YouTube channel again. I'm gonna try to stay with it this time. So I've been active since the 12 days of Christmas, so definitely since December 12th. I've been making sure I go live every day, and I'm using Instagram as a way to make content for my YouTube channel. So I was talking yesterday about, I said right from now up until, I'm probably after Valentine's Day, because I have a relationships page on Facebook. I'll be talking about topics in relation to relationships. And last night we were talking about, I posed a question, some arguments you're not supposed to win, and even if you could, would you want to? And when I was talking about dating as single parents, and dating and ready. I guess introducing the topic about ready-made families. And then I was thinking, today I was thinking, I wanted to expand on that just a little bit. It says, even if you don't make me choose, because I may not choose you. And what I mean is the other person. So when you're dealing with a person with a ready-made family, that's because they still are a family unit. If you go back and see what I saw you say yesterday, they still are a family unit, and they still have a relationship. Maybe hopefully not the same as your relationship, but they do have a relationship, and they are an intact family, even if only for the sake of co-parenting. So, and with that being said, and as a parent, they are prioritized as a parent, and their parenting should come first. So be some instances whereas you may come second to come second to the child, and you're supposed to. There's a lot of ways I can expand on that. My thoughts been wandering all day today, but I was thinking about that. Don't make me choose, because I may not choose you, and it could be like in relation to the baby, to the child's mother, and things like that. You know what? That the other parent. Let me go back. Let me get my notebook so I can get exactly what I wrote down. Let me see. Oh, that's the big one. Well, anyway, what I said was, don't make them choose, because they may not choose you. Now, in instances, are they really supposed to? Well, anyway, moving away from that, I was in the bathroom brushing my teeth and washing my face, and I was thinking about dating. Now, when it comes to dating, especially first date, some questions I was like, when you talk about serious topics like marriage and family and things like that, you may not want to talk about those topics every day. No, the first date, like first date, you want to talk about marriage and kids, and on your first date, maybe not in your teens, or maybe your teens, your 20s, maybe in your 30s, but I'm not in my 20s and 30s anymore. And I think it's something I was thinking, because one of the things I started talking about is how to date later in life. And when it comes to, whereas before, a couple of years ago when I started my relationship page, I was like, absolutely not. We do the first date, we get to know each other. We're not really talking about, getting married and having kids, not on the first date. But in this instant, I think it is absolutely appropriate to talk about marriage and children on the first date, and this is why. Because as we're dating later in life, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, someone didn't believe that I had gray hairs in my eyebrows. I absolutely do. You know what? So we're dating later in life, and I talk about time, and time being an investment, and we don't, invest wisely. I could definitely say that. So with that being said, I think it is absolutely appropriate. There's nothing wrong with talking about your desires long term, as far as relationship wise, and whether marriage or family. So that the other person knows. Now, you may be dating just to be dating, or dating versus dating intentionally. I talked about that a little bit too. So you may just be dating just for the sake of dating. But if you're dating and you want to get married, and if you're dating and you want to have children, or you're dating and you have kids, I think that is very important, and topics that it is okay, especially at my age, talk about on the first date, because I think it's important to make informed decisions. And it's okay that you two may not want the same thing, but I think that before you continue on, I think that it is okay and entirely appropriate to ask those questions early on the first date. So how do you feel about marriage? Have you been married before? How do you feel about marriage? Do you want to get married again? Do you have children? How many? What is your relationship with the other parent? That single parent, is other parent, an active parent? And do you want to expand on your family? Do you want to have more children? Absolutely, those questions are absolutely appropriate to be asking on a first date, in my opinion, so that we make informed decisions about whether or not to continue on, and being aware and in tune with what we want and what we're looking for, and not necessarily lose ourselves for the sake of anything when dating. But anyway, I'm Shantae J. Good night.